Welcome to Traveler's Tales. I am your host, Greg Alonzo. Today I will be your guide through history as we take a look at the Oracle at Delphi. Just a reminder that we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. For your convenience, we have also posted our email address and Instagram information. Moving right along, mythology tells us one thing, while archaeology tells us another. We have all heard of the Oracle at Delphi. However, who or what actually was it? Could the Pythia really tell the future? In antiquity, why did so many people make the trek to Delphi to answer the question they sought to have answered? Today we will attempt to answer these questions and offer some explanations about the Oracle at Delphi. The Delphi Oracle may have been present in some form as early as 1400 before the Common Era, in the middle period of the Mycenaean Greece. Mythology has it that Apollo took over the shrine with the arrival of priests from Delos. The reformulation of the Oracle at Delphi as a shrine to Apollo seems associated with the rise of importance of the city of Corinth and the importance of sites around the Corinthian Gulf. The earliest account of the origin at Delphi Oracle is in the Homeric hymn Delphi Apollo, which dates back to roughly 580 before the Common Era. The hymn describes in detail how Apollo chose his first priests, whom he selected in their swift ship. It seems that they were Cretan from the city of Minos, who were making the voyage to the city of Pylos. However, Apollo intervened by leaping onto the ship, disguised as a dolphin. Apollo then revealed himself to the terrified Cretans and bade them accompany him to a place where they were assured of rich offerings. The Cretans joyfully agreed to follow the god and to their new destination. Once the temple of Apollo was established, the name Pythia was given to the high priestess. Since the temple was relocated at Delphi, it was also known as the Oracle at Delphi. What was the title of Pythia? The name Pythia is derived from the word Pytho, which in myth was the ancient name of Delphi. The Delphi Oracle eventually became the most prestigious and authoritative figure among the Greeks, and she was among the most powerful women in the classical world. The Oracle is one of the best documented religious institutions of the classical Greeks. Authors who mention the Oracle include almost everyone from Aristotle to Sophocles. Nevertheless, details of how the Pythia operated are scarce or missing entirely. One of the main stories claimed that the Pythia delivered oracles in a frenzied state induced by vapors rising from a chasm in the rock. Tradition has it that she spoke gibberish with only the priests who were able to interpret the enigmatic prophecies. Eventually they were turned into poetry and preserved in Greek literature. The ancient historian Herodotus did, however, challenge this belief and wrote that the Pythia was able to speak in her own voice. Though little is known how the priestess was chosen, the Pythia was probably selected at the death of her predecessor from amongst a guild of priestesses of the temple. These women were all natives of Delphi. They were required to have a sober life and to be of good character. Although some were married, upon assuming their role as the Pythia, the priestess ceased all family responsibilities, marital relations, and individual identity. Initially, the priestesses were required to be virgin. However, in the heyday of the Oracle, the Pythia was most likely from an influential family. She also had to be well educated in geography, politics, history, philosophy, and the arts. Eventually, all of these requirements fell to the wayside. The job of a priestess, especially the Pythia, was a respected career for women. Priestesses enjoyed many liberties and rewards for their social position. These included freedom from taxation, the right to own property, and attend public events. A salary and housing was also provided by the state. During the main period of the Oracle's popularity, as many as 3 women served as the Pythia, another vestige of the triad, with 2 taking turns in giving prophecy. while another was kept in reserve. Only one day of the month could this priestess be consulted. Plutarch wrote that the life of the Pythia was shortened in her service to Apollo. The sessions were said to be long and exhausting, and this perhaps had a physical effect on the health of the Pythia. There have been many attempts to find scientific explanation for the Pythia's inspiration. It was believed that the powers of the Pythia were associated with the vapors from the Kurna spring waters that flowed beneath the temple. It has often been suggested that these vapors may contain hallucinogenic gases. Recent geological investigations have shown that the gas emissions from the geologic chasm in the earth could have inspired the Delphic oracle to connect with the divine. An alternative theory, which is based on toxicological reports, indicates that it was oleander that causes the symptoms similar to those of the Pythia. This was done by chewing on the leaves of the plants and inhaling its smoke. No one is quite sure of what exactly caused the ecstatic fits of the Pythia, and the subject has been of intense debate by the scholarly community for well over 100 years. This brings us to the end of the Oracle at Delphi. Thank you for once again joining us for another edition of Traveler's Tales. Just as a reminder, we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. For your convenience, we have also posted our email address and Instagram information. We love hearing from our subscribers, so don't hesitate to contact us with any questions or comments that you may have. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to Traveler's Tales, please do. This really is the best way to help our channel grow. Traveler's Tales will return with part 2 of The Oracle at Delphi. Until we meet again at the crossroads of folklore and history, Cartistos.